My dream has come true. Stage Builder is coming to Smash Ultimate through this league. Block content. What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content. My name is Callum. I'm really excited because this is going to be your content for today. Yep. You've probably heard about it by now, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is gonna get a stage builder mode. Now, I didn't think that this was gonna be possible, for a game, especially a Smash Bros. Game, getting more content in terms of game modes after the game has already been released, but now we basically know that it's coming. There's no way that it'll not end up being in the game. Now, we don't know specifically if it'll end up in the 3.0 update, but I mean, it's just right there, right? It was in the little tease from the Nintendo Direct where you saw like a blurry mode and that looked like a stage builder mode. However, it did kind of look very, very similar to the Wii U game mode of stage builder, but it's, unmistakable. So let's talk about this a little bit, but I know you guys are dying to hear about giveaways. We are giving away a Piranha Plant plushie. Remember to like this video, subscribe to Blocked Content, and comment down below to enter for that giveaway at 50K. I mean, it's so cool that we get to give away a plant boy. So Smash Bros. Ultimate getting a stage builder is a big deal, and it's a big deal for many reasons, but I feel like Nintendo knows that the stage builder that was in Smash Bros. For Wii U didn't really hold up that much, right? It was clunky, it had not too many objects, it even had less objects than Smash Bros. Brawl, and it was just a little bit bland. There were not too many backgrounds, all the placement blocks were really generic and didn't really add anything to the game. We don't want to place cannons, we just want to make beautiful stages and, some tournament legal stages. We want to make some crazy things that might have happened in the real Smash universe or that come from all these different franchises. Now, we've talked a bit about what we want the stage builder to kind of function like. The tools that we want to have, being able to like point with either the Joy-Cons or just use a grid-based system. I think that'd be really great to have a lot more options within the game. But I think one of the most important things now that we know stage builder is coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, is essentially thinking, what are they going to do with it? Because the bar is set high-ish. You could argue that the bar is set low because of Smash Bros. For Wii U, but of course it needs to be better than the previous version. Now, it could revert back to the quality of that of Super Smash Bros. Brawl, right? A bit more blocks, a bit more freedom, and just a more solid mode in general. None of that, draw your own stage kind of stuff. Nobody really liked that about the Wii U version. What I think is really, really great and really interesting about the idea of Smash Bros. For, Ultimate getting a stage builder mode is that we'll maybe even have a lot more backgrounds to work with. Think about all the games that are represented here. Think about all those crazy, beautiful backgrounds in Smash Ultimate. I think Sakurai was teeing this up the whole time. Maybe we can use every single city background for different stages, and that'd make it look really, really awesome. Of course, one of the most exciting things about a new stage builder would be the possibilities that it'll bring. I mean, just think about having new blocks, having new things to place there, not just things that make the gameplay kind of, things like ladders or trampolines or stuff like that. I don't think anyone working with stage builder is at all interested in that. I think we've all kind of made that, big level where you're just stuck in between one giant square and you're just getting knocked around by lava. I think that's fun for the first time, but I think that people really want to get in there and create a level. I feel like Sakurai knows that we are getting some, earned feedback to the previous stage builders, that the Brawl one was okay for what it was. It was the very first stage builder, and in a lot of ways, I feel Smash Bros. Brawl feels a lot like Smash Bros. Melee. They crammed so much content in there that it barely fit on the disc, and I feel like with Smash Bros. For Wii U, it didn't feel like that at all. There were still so many trophies, and there were, of course, assist trophies and all that kind of stuff, but it really felt in terms of game modes, they didn't really do their all, and with Stage Builder, you could really feel that. And that's what made Brawl's Stage Builder a little bit different, because we've had those two, and I feel like if we're doing one in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, it needs to be the ultimate version of it. And of course, I won't expect something too big, right? It'll probably be a lot like the one from Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, because that was simple, and they could probably port a lot of the functionality over, so I get that, and it does make sense. Maybe you'll get to draw stages with the Joy-Con controllers. I don't really want that, but I could understand the decision, right? Oh, 3.0 brings us new update. Yeah, let's just copy and paste it. However, I want to make a case for this. I feel like if we are getting the 3.0 update and that includes Stage Builder, which of course would make the entire Smash fandom come to life yet again. Everybody who's not playing now will be playing then, because yeah, that's some great content. Creating stuff within the game, you know, custom stuff. I want to make a case for the fact that I think Stage Builder will have a lot of new elements. We'll have, you know, what I feel would be the ultimate version of the Super Smash Bros. Stage Builder. I don't think that they're going to go too crazy like other games, like maybe games like Halo. They have a mode called Forge, and in that you can basically customize your entire level completely. You know, it was great in the first couple of games where you could kind of, you know, tweak levels a bit, and then later you could just create these crazy Forge world kind of things, and you could ultimately even create your entire own game modes, and it was just so full of creativity and content. I don't think we're getting anything like that, anything that close, but I do think that Sakurai is going to do his best to include just so much content, for the simple fact that if you think about it, they shouldn't even have to include other game modes. I mean, people are expecting DLC. We know it's going to be characters, and next to characters, it's going to be new stages, and it's going to be new music, and even like character balancing updates, right? So that's awesome in its own right, thinking about that kind of content. And not only one character, but 5 characters, which is crazy, you know, next to, of course, Piranha Plant. Now think of the fact that a game developer decides to also then include, as a cherry on the cake, you know, as the icing, add another game mode. And of course, we can talk all you want about target test and about home run contest, but the biggest thing here would probably be a Stage Builder, a game mode that could create endless amounts of content. Now, I feel like Sakurai does include this mode with something of a, you know, very stubbornness. Like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this right, because, you know, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, for all intents and purposes, is a finished game, right? It's on shelves, people can play it, and the DLC should just be like added bonuses on top of it. However, it kind of feels like with the Stage Builder that was probably already a mode that really should have been in the base game, you know, to Sakurai's knowledge, because I feel like if you watch that little tiny Switch commercial where Nintendo, of course, leaked that Stage Builder icon on the screen, it feels like it kind of completes that, you know, little menu there. It feels like it totally makes sense there, and it has the stage with a tiny pencil, so it makes complete sense to me that it was always supposed to be there. Now, it makes me a little bit scared to look at that menu because there's not other stuff on the menu. A lot of people were saying, hey, you know, the Challenger approaching door is opening. What's that all about? Are we getting more stuff? And no, that's not fighting Joker or anything, which I think would be cool. I think it would be awesome if you buy a DLC character, you still need to fight it to have it. I just think that would be really cool, just to kind of earn it in Smash terms, right? You've unlocked it in terms of money, you have the content on your disc or on your, you know, cartridge, but now you got to fight it to really win it. I think that should just be great. You know, it could be, you know, other stuff like people can't unlock the character that they bought, you know, it's just too difficult. I don't know, just make it degrade in like the level of CPU, and, you know, in worst case just let it jump off the stage itself. But I feel like that could be really cool. Now think of people like saying, yeah, the Challenger door is open. Well, that's probably open because you know, the kid just unlocked Inkling in the game in that commercial, so that doesn't mean anything at all. I feel like one thing that does worry me is that there's no target test in that game mode menu, because it would have probably been in that menu, and other game modes like Home Run Contest, we haven't found that one in that commercial at all. So I feel like one of two things. Either one, that's an unfinished screen, which could make a lot of sense. 2, the stadium mode would probably be somewhere differently. Now that, of course, makes the most sense. There is definitely a sub-menu that fits a lot more into. So I'm just going to go with that. I think that Stage Builder, it really needs to add blocks. It really needs to add some stuff from different franchises. You know, I want to have like a Zelda pack, and I want to have a Mario pack where I can add like these cute little question blocks and bricks and stuff like that, and mushrooms. And I don't want to be, you know, generic mushrooms from a forest. I want them to be Super Mario kind of mushrooms, you know? I don't want it to be like a general temple. I want to have kind of like, you know, Triforce inscriptions on them and stuff like that. So we can really get down there and create levels as they should have probably been in Smash Bros. Ultimate, you know, to what we kind of want. It would be crazy awesome to have the backgrounds from the original stages in the game. There are so many stages. Think about like 103 or 104 stages now with Joker's stage. That's incredible. That's an incredible amount of content. But in terms of background content, yeah, they've already coded that into the game, that every background is basically its own static little thing, with all the stuff that you can do in the game that changes the background up, right? So I feel like that was paving the way for Stage Builder to return to Super Smash Bros. I am so excited that Stage Builder is coming. I can't believe it, actually. It's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but now I get to play it a lot more because I get to make cool stages. Now let's hope, fingers crossed, that we get to play these stages online. That'd be really great. Of course, it's still Sakurai, it's still Nintendo. There's probably going to be a little tiny bit of caveats here, that it isn't as perfect as we all envisioned it to be. However, I think just the mere fact that we're getting Stage Builder in an update for DLC is monumental and is something really fun. And I'll just go back to playing Super Smash Bros. And hopefully I'll do it together with you guys. So remember, if you aren't yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, it's really easy. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribe button just makes me really happy if you hit that. Hit the bell for notifications, so every time we make a new Leak Speak video or Snake Codec, and there's a great one coming up, you'll see that directly. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya.